Hello and welcome back to Tony Northeastern, and for hopefully the final part of this Colliery adventure. I say it's adventure, it's just taken so long to get to where it is today. I do appreciate all the comments I had over the past few weeks in putting this together, and hopefully this time will be the last time we visit the colliery, unless I have running sessions in and around the colliery or anything like that. Right, what I'm going to focus on this video is the little office there, and basically just finishing this area off completely. I want to put a mesh fence from the tunnel up to roughly about here, separating the sidings from the main line, and some other little additional features. So the main thing I want to do is have a look at this old Triangle station building. We're back at the bench again. This little office, this Triangle model, Martin Patterson sent me a message about this because he's got a Triangle signal box, and he was on about putting detail on the inside. He was on about either cutting through the windows or opening up the bottom of the kit, because it's all solid. You can't take the roof off. Well, you probably could take the roof off, but it's glued. Triangle used to do, did a good job of assembling these, and if you try taking the roof off, the chances are you could break away the walls. When I first bought this some time back, I cut out the bottom, and if you look closely inside, you can actually see I've added some details, some posters and timetables on the back wall there, and I also fitted it with glazing a while back as well. You can actually see. But what I have learned in cutting the base out, you've got to be very careful because it does crack in places. What I did was I drilled 4 holes and then just kept scoring it until it finally broke away. I've still got to open it a bit more. As you can see, that you can just barely get a finger in there, and I would like to put an LED in here. So my advice to you, Martin, is a signal box, I'm right in thinking, is a lot bigger kit, and it's moulded the same way. Drill 4 holes in the corner, and if you have a Dremel, and just take it out with a Dremel to meet the holes, or you can score it with a standing knife from one hole to the other, and therefore if the standing knife does slip, it will go into the hole. As you can see there, as you can see here, I've really chopped it about a bit to get in, but it's still not enough for me. I need to open it up a little bit more. Yes, it's a historical building, a Triangle, but the way I see it is, if you can reuse it and modify it to how you want it, it's still being used. I hate to think how many of these have actually been thrown away and not being used. So if I ever come across a Triangle signal box or something like that, or even another one of these waiting rooms, I'd still buy it and reuse it. The colour hasn't changed. I haven't painted it at all. All I've done is added the glazing and the posters on the back wall. All I have to do to this to meet the standard I want, I might paint the building white because there's no bricks embossed on it. I might paint it white and then just have a black base around the base there. And the chimney comes off, so I might be able to just repaint the roof and glue the chimney back in. Paint the chimney a terracotta colour, but there's not a lot to do to this, not a lot at all. So all I've done at the moment is got a pencil and just finger gauged how much more I want to take out. Obviously you got, I want to try and leave that bit there. I don't want to take that out anymore because it's all cracked along there, so I'm going to have to be a bit careful. So I'll just drill another hole there and a hole there and get my Dremel to cut that last bit out, and then I'll have enough room to get 2 fingers in to place the LED in the top. I've changed my mind about the using the Dremel disc cut just in case I slip, so all I'm doing is I'm just going to keep scoring it with a scalpel, and eventually with each score it gets deeper and deeper until it snaps off. I think this is the far safer way, I think. Right, as you can see, it's a lot straighter this side than it is this side. This side I used the Dremel to cut that out, and it was just bouncing all over the place until you actually got through. This side, as you've just seen, I've just cut that using the scalpel, and it's come out with a nice neat straight line. So all I've got to do is the same there and the same there, and I'll be able to get my LED in. A little 3mm to start with in a portable drill, and then just opened it up a bit bigger. It just allows to catch the blade as you score it. I still think the best way is with a blade, and keep scoring it until you finally break through. Yeah, you've got to be ever so careful because it does break, yeah, it does crack. So yeah, it might seem like butchery, but then again, this is going to be used. Okay, as you can see, I have painted the building white, and I've left the base edge black. All I have to do now is paint the drain pipes and the roof. Right, that's the paintwork all completed. I've finished the drain pipes off, that's finished. I've painted the roof here, so that's all done. So the only thing left to do now to make this building complete is to weather it up. And then we can have some fun assembling it all on the layout. On to the best bit, I think, of building model railways is you've done all the preparation, you've done all the hard work, you've made all the buildings to go in situ, and this is where it all comes together. Right, as you can see, the scene has now come together. We have workers busy in the coal yard there, loading up some sacks. Have some additional lampposts, and the lights are fitted and working. And Fred Dimner now has some ladders to get down from the chimney. So on the whole, that makes for a really good scene on the layout. But there's still one more thing left to do. I have made up some additional fencing to go between the main line and the colliery, and what I've done is I've PVA'd along this edge and then used some Woodland Scenics green lawn turf scatter, and just to break up the difference. So I'm just going to fit that now, and this will finish it off, I think. So the main thing to do is to work out the centres between there and there, run a PVA glue line along, drill some holes in and glue it down. Okay, as you can see, with the two-toe green and dulling down the fencing, it comes out quite realistic looking. I've got the vehicles there just to make sure that the fence does not hit any of the working vehicles, which works out alright. Okay, that's the fence done all the way along to about there, and I've just added the greenery to continue the breakup between the main line and the colliery. Right, there's only two more things left to do, and there is one of them. Yes, the smoke coming out of the chimney. Now, all it is, I'll show you in a minute when I can put the camera down. Yeah, what it is polyester craft filling, mainly used for toys and cushions. You can pick this up at any haberdashery shop, and it's just basically a type of wadding. It comes in the bag like this, and it's very, very cheap as well. I got this idea from Duncan Merchant quite a while back, and if you ever look him up, he's got loads of tips on his channel. And basically you form a smoke line or a smoke cloud of sorts, and then just stick that on your chimney like so. So I've got to cut this back a little bit because it's a bit too thick near the edge, or near the base, sorry. So then just a little bit of super glue, on the end, and then just hold it on there for a few seconds till it gets a hold. Okay, a little bit of more practice. I found if you roll it slightly, very, very lightly, roll it together to form a bundle, to form something that looks like that, and gently squeeze those ends together nice and tight, so you end up with this sort of shape, and then just trim the bottom, and then just put a little bit of super glue on that. If you put too much super glue on, it takes an age for it to go off. So you just got to hold it there for about 20 or 30 seconds or so. And then once it goes off fully, you can then tinker with it. Right, so I'll leave that a bit longer before I start, because it's too thick there, so I'll let that go off. So what I did was I just pulled it up slightly, pull a little bit off, pull it this way, and then pull it opposite way as well. So you're pulling, if you're looking from the top view, you're pulling this way and this way. The super glue is gone off. I can now play with it. I can stretch it, spread it in both directions. And what I might just do now is I might just touch up around the brims of the chimneys with a little bit of grey. But there you go. Smoking. Right, I think that's all we got time for this week. As you can see, it is absolutely finished. At some point I might add some more figures or other bits and pieces. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen, and I hope there's some useful tips in there. And thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again next time. Bye for now.